Have you ever wondered how some people manage to stay upbeat despite the hurdles life throws at them? This is not a magic trick, nor is it a stroke of fate. It's the power of optimism, a vibrant force that propels us forward, molding our perspective and crafting our reality. Now you might be asking yourself, what is optimism? It's more than just a glass-half-full attitude. It's a mindset, a way of viewing the world that emphasizes the positive, the possible, the potential. It's the ability to see opportunities where others see obstacles, to find hope in the midst of despair, and to believe in a future that's brighter than today. But here's the real clincher. Optimism is not just an inherent trait that you're either born with or you're not. It's a skill you can cultivate, a habit you can learn. This is the concept of learned optimism. Learned optimism suggests that just as we can train our bodies to run a marathon or our minds to solve complex equations, we can train ourselves to be more optimistic. We can learn to view setbacks as temporary and changeable, rather than permanent and pervasive. We can shift our perspective from one of helplessness to one of hope. The impact of optimism extends far beyond just a sunny disposition. Research suggests that it has tangible benefits on various aspects of life. In the realm of health, optimistic individuals tend to live longer, have stronger immune systems, and recover from illnesses more quickly. In the workplace, they're more likely to persist in the face of challenges, leading to greater success and job satisfaction. And in relationships, optimism fosters resilience, empathy, and a positive outlook that can enhance the quality of our connections. So, the power of optimism is not just about feeling good, it's about doing good for ourselves and for those around us. It's about cultivating a mindset that empowers us to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. So the question arises, can we actually learn to be optimistic? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this fascinating concept in the following scenes. The answer is yes, we can learn optimism. Let's delve into this fascinating concept. Learned optimism is the practice of recognizing and challenging pessimistic thoughts, thus altering our perception of our reality. It's not about ignoring life's difficulties or pretending everything is dandy when it's not. Instead, it's about shifting the way we interpret life's challenges. At the heart of learned optimism is the concept of self-talk. Our inner dialogue plays a significant role in shaping our reality. It's the commentary that runs in our heads, interpreting our experiences, and forming our perceptions. If this self-talk is persistently negative, it can cloud our views, making us perceive situations more negatively than they actually are. By becoming aware of this internal chatter, we can challenge these negative thoughts and replace them with more positive ones. Now, let's break down the three fundamental components of learned optimism: challenge, commitment, and control. Firstly, challenge. This is about viewing setbacks as temporary hurdles rather than permanent obstacles. When we face adversity, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, "This is it. Nothing will ever change." But the essence of learned optimism is to challenge this notion and realize that setbacks are just part of the journey, not the end of the road. Secondly, commitment. This is the dedication to persist in the face of adversity. It's about not giving up when things get tough, but instead, sticking to the course with the belief that things will get better. Lastly, control. This component is about understanding that we have control over our thoughts and reactions. While we can't control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond to it. This sense of control can empower us to approach life's challenges with a more positive outlook. So, learned optimism isn't about denying reality or putting on rose-colored glasses. It's about changing our perspective, challenging our self-talk, and viewing setbacks as temporary and changeable. It's about realizing that optimism isn't just a trait some people are born with, but a skill that can be developed and honed. To put it simply, optimism is not a trait, but a skill we can develop and hone. You might be wondering, is there any science to back this up? Well, let's dive into the fascinating world of neuroscience to find out. The concept of learned optimism is supported by a wealth of research studies. One groundbreaking study conducted by Dr. Martin Seligman, the founding father of positive psychology, found that individuals could significantly improve their levels of optimism through targeted exercises and interventions. Dr. Seligman's research formed the basis for the development of cognitive behavioral techniques that are now widely used in psychology and self-help fields. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, is a therapeutic approach that focuses on challenging and changing unhelpful cognitive distortions and behaviors. It's about improving emotional regulation and developing personal coping strategies that target solving current problems. CBT is central to teaching optimism because it helps individuals reframe their negative thoughts into positive ones, allowing them to view setbacks as temporary and changeable. Now, let's talk about neuroplasticity, a term that refers to the brain's ability to change and adapt as a result of experience. The human brain is not a static organ. It's a dynamic and adaptable machine, constantly forming new connections and pathways in response to our experiences, behaviors, and thoughts. When we practice optimism, we're essentially rewiring our brains to think positively. Over time, this positive thinking becomes our default setting. It's like forging a new path in a dense forest. At first, it's challenging to make your way through the undergrowth, but the more you walk that path, the clearer and easier it becomes, until eventually, it's second nature. That's the power of neuroplasticity, and that's how optimism can be learned and maintained. The science behind learned optimism is not only fascinating but also empowering. It tells us that we are not victims of our circumstances, but instead, we have the ability to shape our thoughts, attitudes, and ultimately, our lives. The science is clear. Optimism can be learned and it can drastically change our lives. Now that we know optimism can be learned, what good does it bring into our lives? Let's dive into the pool of benefits that learned optimism has to offer. The first benefit is resilience. Life is a roller coaster ride, with its ups and downs, twists and turns. When we train ourselves to be more optimistic, we develop an inner strength, a resilience that helps us bounce back from setbacks. We start viewing these setbacks as temporary and changeable, not as permanent roadblocks. This resilience, like a buffer, protects us from the adverse effects of stress, making us emotionally stronger. Next in line is mental health. Optimism is a powerful tool in promoting mental well-being. Studies show that learned optimism can help reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety. It encourages positive thinking, fostering a healthier mindset. It's like a ray of sunshine piercing through the gloomy clouds of negativity, illuminating our minds with positivity and hope. Moving on, let's talk about physical well-being. Yes, you heard it right. Optimism isn't just a mental state. It impacts our physical health too. Optimists are known to have healthier hearts, stronger immune systems, and even longer lifespans. They tend to take better care of themselves, engaging in regular exercise and maintaining a balanced diet. It's like a wellness package, with benefits that extend from the mind to the body. Lastly, learned optimism can significantly improve performance in various areas of life. Be it academics, sports, or the workplace, optimistic individuals often outperform their pessimistic counterparts. They are more likely to persist in the face of challenges, and they approach tasks with a can-do attitude. They see opportunities where others see obstacles, and this positive outlook fuels their drive to succeed. So, optimism isn't just about seeing the glass as half full. It's about filling that glass drop by drop with positivity, resilience, and perseverance. It's about transforming our perspective to transform our lives. The benefits of optimism are far-reaching, touching every aspect of our lives. So, how do we go about learning this optimism? The first step to cultivating learned optimism is fostering self-awareness. It's about understanding your own thought patterns and emotions. Recognize the moments when pessimism creeps in. Is it when you're overwhelmed at work? Or perhaps when you've had a disagreement with a loved one? By identifying these triggers, you can better manage your reactions to them. Next, challenge your negative thoughts. It's all too easy to fall into a pattern of negative self-talk, but remember, you have the power to change the narrative. When you catch yourself thinking, "I can't do this," try reframing it to, "I can learn to do this." It's not about denying reality, but rather changing your perspective on it. Developing a growth mindset is another crucial step. This means viewing challenges and setbacks not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and learning. Instead of seeing a failed attempt as a reflection of your abilities, see it as a stepping stone towards success. Remember, there's no such thing as failure, only feedback. Practicing gratitude is also a powerful tool in cultivating learned optimism. It's about appreciating the good in your life, no matter how small. Did you enjoy a good cup of coffee today? Were you able to catch a glimpse of a beautiful sunset? By focusing on these positive experiences, you train your mind to seek out and savor the joys in life. Lastly, remember that optimism is a skill. Like any skill, it requires practice. You might not transform into an eternal optimist overnight, and that's okay. The important thing is to keep trying, keep learning, and keep growing. Learning optimism is a journey, not a destination, but every step you take brings you closer to a happier, healthier, more resilient you.